Hi, good afternoon. Brian here from Realholmes. So this afternoon, very important, hot na topic. If you're an OFW, no, if you're finding real estate processing or transactions na parang stressful masyado, watch till the end. We'll be having a discussion with our CEO. One of the pains na sa market is the confusion about the local law, yung mga title, or yung mga issues about taxes yan. So this knowledge definitely made real estate more hassle or stressful for Filipinos.
Yeah. We're actually a developing country.
Right.
So when you're a developing country, this stuff is actually part of the things that you have to fix. Kasi supposedly this information should be readily available in the repository of property titles. Problem is, because we're a developing country, sabihin na natin hindi pa siya well established. That's actually one of the things na pag-uusapan natin later. How can technology impact the improvement of real estate services here in the Philippines?
Right. And that's one part, no? Very crucial yan. Pagdating ng time na meron kang property, you're totally happy about it, pero later on.
Yung pala, kumbaga merong magki-claim. Let's say, for example, it is actually, minana ko pa pala sa lolo ko, and this is actually the proof. I mean, there are so many documents kasi nung sinaunang panahon pa. It can be acquired by a sales certificate, tapos meron tinatawag na prior land ownership. And there's actually different types of ownership being facilitated by the government through agrarian reform. Right? So, there are a lot of actually factors. But one thing for sure, lahat naman yan masasalamin sa batas. There are actually predetermined laws that can guide anyone on how to determine right of ownership.
Covered naman in any aspect of it.
Yes, kahit ano pa yan. Let's say, minana mo yan sa tatay mo na magsasaka, binigyan ka ng klowa, or let's say, for example, minana mo yan sa kanununuan mo, na virtue of a sales certificate, meron ka ng deed of conveyance galing sa isang ahensya ng gobyerno. All these documentations, nasa batas.
Right.
Kumbaga mapag-uusapan natin yan. It would definitely help your cause.
It is a good topic, no? Malawak yan. So, let's create a different conversation about that. Pero at least natahal natin.
Kasi may pinag-uusapan tayo regarding squatting, regarding claims of ownership. Pwede natin siyang mapag-usapan. Nasa batas lahat yan.
Right. Siguro nanggagaling yung pain pagdating sa documentation. Right?
Yeah.
Kasi syempre before talagang mano-mano. Hindi lang naman sa real estate, no?
Correct.
Halos lahat naman ng industry nanggaling talaga sa mano-mano.
Like what I said, we're a developing country. When you're a developing country, these things happen. I mean, imagine niyo yung pinagdaanan ng US, pinagdaanan ng mga bansang like Singapore. Before they became that country that has the capability to facilitate smooth real estate transaction. I assure you one thing, pinagdaanan po nila to.
Pinagdaanan nila yun, yes. And we are on our way, di ba? We are facing this kind of challenges din, di ba?
Mahalaga doon.
Kasi we want to innovate, eh.
Correct. Now, these topics are actually being discussed. Maganda siya. Kasi nandun na yung initiative natin. Improve yung facility natin in terms of real estate business.
Right. Okay. And it's actually rising. No? Another problem siguro, another pain is actually the accessibility of the opportunities, no, in the real estate. Nung before pandemic or nung pandemic to lalong na-realize, pwede pala natin i-check yung mga availability ng properties online. Mas na-realize natin nung pandemic na pwede pala nating i-digitalize yung ibang mga paggagaga ng data for potential properties na gusto mong bilhin.
Correct.
So that's...
Ano yan guys, magkakaiba yan. Digitalization, tsaka digital transformation. Later on, yan yung mga pwede natin mapag-usapan.
Isa pong challenge na nakita ko pagdating sa pag-shift ng market to digitalization will be syempre yung gap about people having access to online transactions. Sabi nga sa nagawa ko research, but this is 2021 pa. There are still 41 million Filipinos na unbanked. At that time, last 2021, that's a little over half ng population. That's 53% on that time. Baka pag nag-digitalize tayo, nag-shift tayo sa digitalization, there will be people who will be left behind.
Yeah. Mangyayari talaga yun. Kung hindi natin gagawin ng tama yung proseso. Yun yung i-explain ko, yung procedural aspect. Paano natin ma-attain yung 41 millions will not be left behind in the dark. Kahit anong mangyari, we would be able to capture them in a way that they would be able to experience actually the advantages of technological innovation.
Right, and that's a very important aspect na sinabi ni Sir Mark, no? Kasi very important yun kapag pagdating sa digitalization, you have to bring everyone, di ba? That
Correct.
no one will be left behind. So that's something na pag-usapan, we're just talking about the problems,
Correct.
no? Pag-uusapan natin mas detail yan. So isa pa, sir, ito yung pain pagdating sa hassle ng processing and transactions, especially for OFWs, mas hassle sa kanila yung process. Sometimes kakausapin pa nila yung agent nila or agent, puntahan mo tong gano'n, or madalas family member nila, puntahan mo nga yung bangko, di ba? So this kind of things, the hassle of doing processing the real estate transactions, that's one problem, no?
Yeah, definitely. Kumbaga, di lang naman sa real estate.
Hindi lang sa real estate.
Babayad ka lang ng tax mo.
Pero it's good thing sa Pilipinas maraming nag-shift talaga sa digitalization. In fact, digital transactions increased, di ba?
Correct.
By a tremendous amount, di ba?
Paano di mangyayari yun? Imagine actually what happened. As of now, there's actually 120 million mobile phones in the entire Philippines. 110 million lang yung population natin. You could imagine actually, di ba? At the same time, there's actually a huge explosion of data.
Sir, mention ko lang, batiin ko lang yung mga OFWs na nanonood sa atin. No?
Okay.
Kasi probably when we mentioned those pains, karamihan dyan talaga na-experience ng mga OFWs, no? Or Filipinos living abroad. Or hindi lang naman sila. Of course, yung hassle of doing transactions were also experienced by Filipinos na nandito sa Pinas, di ba? If you're someone who have experienced that kind of hassle when it comes to doing transactions, you can just comment below if you're still having problems with that. Sunod natin ngayon, we'll be discussing ano na yung mga existing na mga technologies na na-release, na nasa market na, that can help, no? Hindi lang Filipinos, but the entire digital transformation ng real estate dito sa Pinas.
Okay.
And this is actually exciting. So, sir, we can start with sa mga kilalang-kilala talaga. Definitely yung Airbnb. And in fact, pre-pandemic, Airbnb was able to digitalize or provide digital access to more sellers and definitely mga families who wanted to rent sa Airbnb. This technology brought access. So, another thing is the marketplaces. Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, TikTok, di ba? Nandun na rin yung mga properties na uso din nung pandemic. Yung home bodies. It's a group. Parang may mga kapitbahay ka. May magsasuggest sa'yo, magandang sala set, di ba?
Correct.
So, mas naging accessible yung mga real estate players, whether you're a merchant or seller or property manager, di ba? Nagpaparent ka ng property. So, these expanded. The technology has really helped the real estate business. And I believe it will continue to help the real estate market in the long run. Yun. Ito ba yung na-research ko? Payment solutions pagdating sa di lang real estate, but also online transactions.
Ano yan? Imagine this. So let's say, for example, ikaw yung may-ari ng property, nakahanap ka ng tenant to rent your property. You can do actually a peer-to-peer transaction wherein you can actually use crypto for you to get paid. Nga lang, ano yung facility na kailangan mo para ma-secure mo yung transaction? Right? That's actually one of the things we can add here. Kaya yan yung isa sa mga facility na meron si Realholmes na madadagdag natin sa market.
May iba pang gamit yung crypto, di ba?
Correct.
It's not just about exchanging of goods na parang stocks that it will be fluctuating. May gamit ang blockchain.
Correct.
Okay? And that's one of the technology we fully believe that can help the real estate industry.
Correct.
Nabigyan namin yung pahakyaw, no? Pero syempre, we'll discuss it later, no? Another thing na technology increasing will be, I believe, yung pag-ibig and the different government institution, the initiatives to connect with platforms. The government, nagdi-digitalize na rin sila. They're connecting to different developers para yung pag-ibig loan, lalo na kung pag-ibig housing, diba, will be more accessible to more Filipinos.
Correct.
There are also what we call yung mga property management. Ito marami nakita sa internet. Mga technologies na they're helping the landlords, diba? Yung mga property managers. Kung meron kayong paparent, meron ng payment platform doon so that kung property owner ka, madali na lang sa'yo ma-manage yung properties. Meron din naman where you can post the properties dito sa platform na to. So again, these technologies will definitely are helping the real estate market, no? We also would like to discuss, syempre, yung platform natin, di ba?
Okay.
Kasi syempre, yung platform naman natin, hindi naman to nagmula out of thin air, eh.
Correct.
Di ba? It came from these pains, to be honest. Diba? I believe you're the better person to introduce what Realholmes can
Sige.
provide.
So kanina,
solution.
di ba, remember when we're starting, nasabi ko yung 3 aspects, no? So, number 1 kasi in Realholmes, when you say digitization kasi, ngayon meron na akong liberty to share it basically. It's the conversion of analog data to digital data. Di ba, in real estate, like what I've mentioned, ang daming mga documents. All of them are actually on analog format. So ngayon, yun kasi yung concern, but hindi siya accessible using computer or using online. So you need to convert, let's say, property titles to become actually digital data.
Digital data.
So meaning it can be read by machines like what's in front of me right now. So that's actually the main thing. That's the first step. So when you say digitization, the first step actually is you have to convert analog data to become digital data, which is what we're doing here in Realholmes. So primarily, marami kami mga documentations, authority to sell. Let's say for example, yung mga transfer certificate of titles is send nyo sa amin. All your information that will be part of our buyer information sheet. All of them, originally, kung ibang siguro developer or brokerage ang kausap nyo, malamang sa malamang, nasa analog format yan. In our case, we're gonna actually put it in a digital format. That's why painstakingly we're doing actually this process. Kasi this is actually the initial step for us to reach an entire ecosystem of digitalization. Okay, so that's the first thing. Digitization. Next is actually digitalization. So when you see digitalization, ang digitization in plain words is all about sensing. Parang may kakayahan yung platform namin na damhin yung mga impormasyon na to. Ganun. So ngayon, when you say digitalization, sa ibang salita, ang ibig niya sabihin is actually, you can use the word sense making. So, it makes sense doon sa data na nasa harap niya. Di ba? So ngayon, in our case, if we're gonna be applying as a user, our AI has the capability to assess kung sino ka. Are you a buyer? Are you, let's say, a seller? Or are you actually an agent? And at the end of the day, by actually lining up yourself well, we can actually prepare a user interface that will match your credential depending on what type of user you are. And so on and so forth. Kasi, kagaya niya, may mga property titles tayo dyan. We're gonna be asking information, right? So part of that, yung papasok na information sa amin, hopefully, will match your claim as the property owner.
Na digital na yung record, na hindi na siya...
digitized na.
Digitized na.
Yan, di ba? So when you talk about documents, the right term is digitize.
Okay.
Kasi yun siya eh. Yung documents, digitized na. So kung halimbawa, yung claim ng isang tao, I'm actually the rightful owner, it needs to connect. Di ba? Kasi pag nag-request kami ng digital copy niyan kay LRA, kailangan yun yung nakamatch. Kasi that's the reason we're asking for the certified true copy. Here in the Philippines, what we have is actually a centralized way of determining ownership. That's why you have to go to the central department. That's why kailangan pumunta ng RD para i-confirm. So what we're trying to do here by doing this is we would be able to step by step improve the way of confirming ownership by decentralizing the process of authenticating properties. Yung digitalization natin, ang mangyayari ngayon sa kanya is the integration of different applications by using cloud-based platforms like Amazon, by using actually facilities like smart contracts. That's the very aspect of digitalization. You have to make sense of the data that's in front of you. Yung data na to, you're adding value into it. That's digitalization. And mind you, we have it here. Actually, we have a lot of information. May mga facility kami within Realholmes that you can actually utilize. We have our own way to do the banking loan, hopefully approval in the future. When you talk about digital transformation, yun naman, it's more about actually encompassing the business strategy of a specific company. Nabanggit mo si Airbnb, right? Siya yung perfect example for that. Kasi from there, na-monetize niya yung data na nakukuha niya doon sa mga users na na-onboard niya, pati yung mga property units na na-onboard niya.
Yung unit.
So, nag-matching siya. So, if you're gonna be asking me, paano niya na-monetize? Nung nag-add siya ng fulfillment aspect doon sa business niya. Kasi what happened then is when she added actually the capacity to do transaction doon mismo sa platform niya, yun yung naging game changer. So when you say actually digital transformation naman, ulitin ko lang, digitization is the process of converting analog assets to digital asset. Digitalization is actually the very process of making sense of all the data that you have.
Understanding all the digital.
By adding actually different APIs, applications that will actually automate business. While actually digital transformation is the part wherein you would be able to monetize.
Ayun. So, pag pinagsama-sama mo na yon,
yun na yun.
Yun na yun.
Yun yung sinasabi ko sa yung sagot kanina, para hindi maiwan yung at least mga 43 million na mga unbanked. Pag di mo sila binigyan ng access sa data, mahirapan ka. So, you have to understand yung sitwasyon nila. Maganda naman, lahat naman sila may phone. Meron ka na at least access actually how you can equip them. The reason we're utilizing blockchain is actually to create the most secured way of authenticating whatever it is you want to authenticate.
Yun. Sir, gusto ko mag-dig down tayo dyan na. Kasi para sa mga nanonood natin, lalo na medyo hindi crypto enthusiast like me, di ba? Maybe we could dig deeper pagdating sa centralized and decentralized. Sa pagkakaintindi ko, pag sinabing centralized, merong central body. In which case, for example, merong title, di ba? So, meron ka lang isang lalapitan. Meron kang copy ng title, si Registry of Deeds, di ba? Kung nasan yung lugar mo, meron silang title. So, there's only one central body, one way of verification, right? Pag sinabing transaction is decentralized, that means maraming mag-verify ng data.
Yeah, actually ganito siya. Kumbaga lahat naman sila kasi gumagamit ng technology. For them to prove na basically this particular money is fake, isa lang yung gagawin nila. They have to check in their system, which is actually a database system. It's not even the money that you hold in your hands proving that you have the money. That paper money is just a mere representation of your ownership. I mean, the real ownership actually can be determined the moment you check the database that you can actually find on whatever bank you deposited your money.
Okay.
That's the main thing. Which is actually composed of what? Software, more or less, created by the bank to make sure that this particular registration of money are all recorded. Whereas in our case kasi, blockchain is actually basically the same. Kasi it's like actually an accounting ledger wherein all people who actually has claim for that particular coin has actually the key for that coin. But all of us, parang sa bangko, imbis na sila lang yung may hawak nung technology, lahat tayo, meron tayong technology.
Right.
Yun lang yung pagkakaiba. Magkakaiba lang yung key natin. And the only person who can actually change the key is the person who owns the coin.
So, syempre pag decentralized, di ba, it's, hindi mo, the only way, which is totally impossible, for you to fake something, di ba? Or to do irregularities. Well, definitely, to fool everyone, di ba?
Kailangan mo utuin lahat yan. Ang dami mo ngayong kakausapin, di ba? Oo. Padala mo padala mo mga tao mo. Kaya nga, unlike if it's actually a central body, iisa lang ang dapat mong utuin.
Alright.
Yun lang yung masasabi ko sa inyo. That
it's easier for security breachers, di ba?
Exactly. To breach the system.
To breach the system.
But for you to breach, let's say for example, how many Ethereum Bitcoin users last time? 21 million, right? 11 million.
21 million.
21 million, right? 21 million.
Total of tokens.
21 million tokens has been disposed, di ba? So, kailangan mo ito yung 21 million na yun kung merong 21 million, di ba? Owners or users of Bitcoin, right? So that's what I'm trying to say. So that makes actually their job to steal from someone harder. I'm pretty sure na-experience nyo na, nagkakamali minsan, nakaka-receive kayo ng pera, di ba? May kakilala ako.
Masama yung nawalan, di ba?
Oo.
So we have experienced that, lalo na, I believe, may nakaraang...
Isipin nyo yung mga ganong klaseng mga glitch, di ba? Sa system. Di ba? Nangyayari yun with the centralized system. Pero itong system na to malabo. There should be a full intent to the one transferring the money to transfer you the ownership of their coin. The reason we're talking about blockchain is about smart contracts.
Smart contracts.
Kasi initially, ang gagawin muna natin, lahat ng mga kontrata na naka-close namin, we're gonna convert them to become smart contracts. And that will be the prelude na kailangan namin para mabayaran namin sila using crypto. So, yung mga rental income, pag pinaupahan nyo po, doon po kayo babayaran. But still, there's no forcing here. You can still be paid using your own cash. Peer-to-peer, kasi meron din naman po kaming fintech facility.
People will know that they have the liberty to
choose from. So, they want to get paid by, let's say, a fintech facility or an e-wallet, it can be done. But we can also do actually crypto.
While they have time to study about it, diba? Syempre, when they see, talagang it's really, the smart contracts will definitely be able to secure their documents.
Correct.
Then, I believe you also will be able to say na parang, parang mas okay sa akin to, no? So, yun sir, siguro before we end, gusto ko lang din, sir, mabanggit natin about the process from start to finish ng real estate transaction. Wait lang may nabasa pala tayo, no? A question, no? Yan. Ano ang plano mo, sir, sa mga, ayan, galing sa mystery caller natin, no? Anong mga plano mo sa mga area na mahina ang internet or wala?
Yan, problema nga yan. Actually, yan kasi, to be honest, yan yung sinasabi ko sa inyo na concern kanina. In case you're a developing country, this is actually a government issue. Kasi, let's say, for example, you want to put up something like this, you have to understand that you have data connectivity issues. So, kailangan ng gobyerno na mangialam. They need to basically improve their infrastructure in terms of internet connection. For that to happen, kailangan mas marami silang papasukin dito na probably naka-satellite na. Para mas mabilis yung internet natin. What I'm trying to say is para masagot yun, hindi ko na magagawa ng paraan yun. But one thing we can actually address is at least the government, as of now naman, is on the process of actually stepping up their capabilities. So I'm pretty sure they have a plan to improve our data connection. Kasi that one is it's infrastructure issue.
Tsaka need na siya. Need na talaga siya ng mga tao.
By all means. Ngayon, dami ng bali-balita Yung bumili ng Twitter, papasok na daw dito. Diba? Narinig ko lang. Hindi pa naman sure.
Ito binalita naman. I believe everyone, by this time, everyone knows about
Nasa dyaryo naman yan Nasa balita naman yan. So malamang sa malamang. Diba? Mangyayari na talaga yan. Okay?
Yun.
So, yun lang. Ano pa?
Yun lang, sir. Siguro, yun lang, masingit ko lang ulit, no? Before we end. Siyempre, of course, the automation, pagdating sa mga paperworks, di ba? So, isa pa yun di ba? Nabanggit natin kami about digitization.
Digitization, yeah.
Oo. So, lang, sir, ma-share din natin, how does Realholmes can definitely help when it comes to start to finish na real estate transactions?
Kailangan mo na kayo mag-sign up.
Yun guys,
Hindi namin kayo matutulungan if you're not gonna sign up as one of our partners. Kasi if you're gonna sign up as one of our partners, one of our clients, that's the only time we can help you. Kasi in our case kasi, what we're doing, if you notice, is all about value-added approach. Wherein our goal is to continuously actually expose you with all this technological advancement so you can understand how you can maximize the value of your real estate transaction.
And that applies for Filipinos here and abroad.
Actually, any human being on earth.
Any human being on. Yeah. Kasi when you have the access to the platform, di ba? It's like we're making the
Basta ito yung disclaimer ko, basta yung bibili niyo lang property sa Pilipinas. Kasi wala mo kami binibenta sa ibang bansa Basta sa Pilipinas po kayo bibili, we can actually accommodate your inquiries. But one way or another, if it's actually in other parts of the earth, wala po tayong jurisdiction doon.
And definitely, people are actually looking for real estate opportunities here in the Philippines.
Correct.
At least they don't have to go here in the Philippines to do that.
Exactly.
Diba?
So, yun lang. Kumbaga, as of now, we're in the process of doing it. Kumbaga, bear with us. This is actually the very life of a startup company who wants to affect change in a way that is actually encompassing and sustainable. Kasi unlike other companies, their goal is just to earn money. In our case kasi, we would like to give a permanent, I could say, value to someone who will work with us. Wherein that value can actually be grown into something that is actually futuristic. Yan. Okay?
Yes. Nabanggit natin kasi about the future of the real estate technology in the Philippines. No? And we want definitely to be able to give a good share on those pains in providing solutions in this kind of matter, no. So doon tayo mag-end. I believe we were able to tackle the pains, no, the existing, and definitely what can we contribute as Realholmes in solving this kind of problems. Okay?
Yeah.
So, tatlong matitindi yun, di ba, sir? And this is the future of the real estate technology here in the Philippines. This is actually a must-see. If you were able to watch until this time, please subscribe to Realholmes. We're sharing knowledge about real estate, of course, about our business, and definitely, ngayon, technology. Di ba? Kasi we are not just a real estate company, but we are also PropTech, property technology. We are integrating technology in the real estate industry so that we will be able, sabi nga ni Sir Mark kanina, we would like to give a big contribution in solving this kind of problems. No? As a startup company, I hope that you'll be able to support us, no, hanggang sa pinakadulo ng process, and we're pretty sure that especially when you're in the real estate business, we'll be able to provide value to your business. We'll make things easier. That's why we believe that Realholmes will make real estate easy. If you have an OFW or you're managing your properties, you're planning to buy properties, this is the technology that you will be looking forward to in the future. So don't forget to like this video so that marami pong mga makakapanood na itong video na to. YouTube will be able to show this to more people. Subscribe and hit the notification bell para laging updated sa mga kaganapan natin dito sa Realholmes. Don't forget also to check our different channels. We have LinkedIn, we have TikTok, no? Facebook, Instagram, all these platforms. Of course, don't forget to visit our website. No, we're developing it soon. We'll be making it available to the public. So, guys, please stay tuned with us. We'll be giving videos every Wednesday. So every week, we're making it consistent. So please join us every Wednesday. We'll see you on the next video. Bye.
Thank you.